Hi, welcome to Math Classes by MDR. So that you are listening to MDR. So here the question, the third question from AP Calculus 2021 question paper. And this question has to be solved without calculator. So when we come across the questions without calculator, the question that can be solved without calculator, generally those questions are very easy. So let's see that how easy this question. So here is the information. A company designs spinning toys using the family of functions y equals cx root of 4 minus x square, where c is a positive constant. The figure above shows the region in the first quadrant bounded by the x-axis and the graph of y is equal to cx root of 4 minus x square. So for some c, each spinning toy is in the shape of the solid generated when such a region is revolved about the x-axis. It is revolved about the x-axis. Both x and y are measured in inches. Find the area of the region in the first quadrant bounded by the x-axis and the graph of y is equal to cx root of 4 minus x square for c equals 6. C is equal to 6, right? So this is an easy one. So when c is equal to 6, we have y is equal to 6x root 4 minus x square. This is what we have when c is equal to 6. So we know that area under the curve, see under this graph and x-axis, that means y is equal to 0. So that it is very simple that area is y dx over the limits we have to find out here. We have one limit as 0 anyways, and we have to find out the second limit. So what are those limits? So this limit is where x equals to 0. So that means, where y is equal to 0. So that means we have to equate y to 0. On equating y to 0, we get 4 minus x square is equal to 0. It means that x square is equal to 4, or x is plus 2 or minus 2. So minus 2 cannot be taken because it is in the first quadrant. So the plus 2 should be taken. So that is 0 to 2 y dx. Right? It must be plus 2. It cannot be the minus 2. Right? 0 to y dx. So that 0 to 2 6x root of 4 minus x square dx. So to solve this question, let us take this 4 minus x square as u. So on taking this, integrate on both the sides, so that we'll get minus 2x dx is equal to du, or 2x dx equals to minus du. Now let us replace these values, and we can have here one more thing. You can change the limits as well. So at x is equal to 0, what is your u? It is 4, and at x is equal to 2, our u is 0. Just substituting x equal to 0 and 2 over here, you will get 4 and 0 as the lower and upper limits. So now we can rewrite this equation, that is 4 to 0 minus du, where this 6x can be written as 3 into 2x. Okay, 2x dx is nothing but minus du, and 3 into root u into du, and this is minus. So maybe we have the lower limit is greater than the upper limit. Let us change the limits, exchange the limits. So on exchanging the limits, the sign of integration will change. That is negative to positive. That is 0 to 4, 3 into root u du. Right? So now on integrating this, we will have area as 3 u power 3 by 2 pi 3 by 2 over 0 to 4. This will get cancelled, and we'll have 2 into 4 power 3 by 2. 4 by the 3 by 2 is nothing but 2 into 8 is nothing but 60 inches square. So that is the first part of the question. Right? I hope you got it. Now let's go to the second part. It is known that for y equals cx root of 4 minus x square, and dy by dx is equal to c into 4 minus 2x square by root of 4 minus x square. For a particular spinning toy, the radius of the largest cross-sectional circular slice is 1.2 inches. What is the value of c for the spinning toy? So for a particular spinning toy, the radius of the largest cross-sectional circular slice is 1.2. Circular slice is nothing but, when you see this side, when it revolves over x-axis will have here like this. So that means, each of these cross sections is circular at every point. Here it is the circular cross section, and here it is the circular cross section, and here it is the circular cross section. And you can see here, right? So the radius is varying along the x-axis. So the radius is 0 at origin and radius is 0 at x is equal to 2. And in between 0 and 2, it reaches to some maximum and then again it is decreasing. Right? So it reaches to some maximum at this point over here, isn't it? What is this point? Where dy by dx is 0. Where the slope of this curve is 0. Right? So where dy by dx is 0, we have the maximum radius. At this point, we have the maximum radius. So let's equate dy by dx to 0. On equating dy by dx to 0, equating dy by dx to 0, so what you'll see? We will have 4 minus 2x square is equal to 0, and x square is 2, or x is plus root 2 or minus root 2. But minus root 2 cannot be taken because it is in the first quadrant, so that x must be equal to plus root 2. That means at x equal to root 2 we have the maximum radius, right? We will get the largest cross sectional area here, right? So here radius is nothing but the difference of y values here, right? The difference of y value at this point and the difference of y value at this point. So y value at this point is y is cx root of 4 minus x square, and at this point is 0. So that the radius is r max is cx into just I'm writing r max is at x is equal to root 2. Therefore r max we have, so c into root 2 and root 4 minus root whole square, and which is equal to 1.2 inches, that is given, right? So from this we can write c into root 2 and 4 minus root 2, that is 4 minus 2, and this is also root 2, which is equal to 1.2, that is c into 2 is equal to 1.2, and c is 1.2 by 2, which is equal to 0.6 inches. The units of c also you can see here. C equals to 0.6, right? Now let's go to the third part of the question. For the annual spinning toy, the volume is 2 by cubic inches. What is the value of C for the spinning toy? So we know that, right? When it is revolving about x-axis, the volume is given by pi into y square dx. So the limits, whatever we have x1 to x2, so here we have 0 to 2. Right, pi r square dx, or the radius is nothing but y here, so that pi y square dx. What is y? Here to 2. Our y is cx root 4 minus x square, that will become 4 minus x square dx on squaring it. So it can be rewritten as pi c square and 0 to 2 4x square minus x power 4 dx. So and is equal to pi c square. So we have here 4x cube by 3 minus x power 5 by 5 over 0 to 2, where upper limit is 2 and lower limit is 0. So now pi c square 4 into 2 cube by 3 minus 2 power 5 by 5. So on substituting these values, and when you substitute the lower limit, it's 0 by 0. Okay, 0 minus 0. So further it can be written as pi c square into 4 to cube in nothing but 32, 2 power 5 also 32. We can take that common, so that 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. So this is nothing but 2 by 5. Therefore pi c square into 32. So that is this is 2 by 15. So which is equal to pi c square into 64 by 15. So this is what we have, the volume of the spinning toy. So 0 to 2. So that is given as 2 pi cubic inches. So which is equal to, so we can equate this to 2 pi cubic inches. That is pi c square into 64 by 15 is equal to 2 pi. So what we have here, c square is 2 into 15, that is 30 by 15 by 32. C is equal to root 15 by root 32. Root 32 we can write it as 4 root 2, 2 into 16. Or you can still, we can write as root 2, we can multiply by root 2 both numerator and denominator. You will get root 13 by 8. That is the value of C. I hope you got it. Thank you for listening.